any last shout outs about like what people should look for?
Man, we're gonna keep doing the podcast. That's gonna always continue on ad nauseum. And the TV show, we're really, really excited about it. Like, it's this thing that this concept we've been working on for a couple of years now, and we're now in the point where we're shooting it. And we've got at least 10 episodes coming out in 2013, and I'm proud of every single one.
So you think we're gonna survive the 2012 premonition?
If we don't, it will be so unfair to us personally.
Exactly.
And if it would be our fault.
Right. Well, yeah. Hey, we
just jinxed the whole thing
about the apocalypse. I hope so. We're friends with John Hodgman, and he thinks the opposite. He's pretty sure that what he calls Ragnarok, which is a Norse mythological term, is coming. But I think it's more.
So that's something like stuff we should know.
Stuff you should know. We actually did an episode like a couple years ago about whether or not the world will end in 2012 based on the Mayan calendar.
The Mayans don't even think that the world's going to end. That's just been something that's...
Do you think we're going to have a good or bad winter?
I just hope we have a winter.
There you go.
We didn't have one last year, and I missed it very much.
Okay. And your names again?
Chuck Bryant.
And Josh Clark.
And it's Stuff You Should Know.
Stuff You Should Know.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. We appreciate it.
Great. Thank you.
Anything else?
Yes.
These guys just joined, so they probably...
Hi, guys. Yeah, I don't want to. Okay. But, now I was going to say, with the episodes, you said 10 episodes, do they go on is it chronological, or is it like by a topic? Each episode has a specific topic?
It's topical. So basically, what the topic we cover in the podcast, we have segments where it's us in the podcast booth recording our podcast. And it's kind of like the Greek chorus that moves the narrative along or helps it move along. And that same topic will apply to like our life in the office, or like our work life is being portrayed in the show.
So is it like a fake reality show?
No, it's not. It's like very much like a scripted comedy.
It's sort of like how Seinfeld did, you know? He would do his little comedy bit on airplanes throughout the show, and then he would be at an airport during the show.
Right.
Yeah, I watched his stand-up before his show was on, and you saw how he incorporated like his stand-up special on HBO into the show, especially at the very beginning. It was mostly based on stuff from his stand, and then he just branched off and
That's what we're hoping to do too, is remain true to the podcast, which is what got us here, and try to apply it to a fictitious version of our lives and make it funny.
Can people expect how it works? Other writers from the website and the blogs to be on the show? It's cameos, or are they going to be characters, or is it just going to be you guys and then other fictionalized people?
Well, there are thinly veiled versions of some of our cohorts that work. Right. So there is a couple of conspiracy podcasters, and we have our own stuff they don't want you to know at How Stuff Works,
which is great podcast.
And there's a history, the History Girls, but they don't have the same names. We just sort of like, although our boss, this is getting very odd. The other day, our real boss at How Stuff Works had a cameo as our fake boss's boss on the show. So
promotion.
That was interesting.
It was a promotion for your boss.
And he killed it too.
Yeah, he was great.
And we're not just saying that, like he actually did do a really good job. But Jerry, our producer,
she's a character.
She is played by somebody, but her name, she's being portrayed by someone, an actress.
Yeah, a singer.
Yeah,
actually.
It's gonna be cool. Like we're in the middle of shooting right now, and we've seen a rough assembly of the first one, and I love it.
It's like a TV show.
Yeah, it does. It looks like we made a TV show.
Yep.
It's just.
Another question I had on the subject of a history of comic book movies is, what is the first comic book movie that each of you saw like in the theater, or that you remember seeing like growing up?
Mine was Superman.
Same here.
Oh, that's me too. Okay, that was kind of exactly what I was. Okay.
Yeah.
Because to me, there's different eras, and that was one of the like the first eras were the special effects, and it was kind of up to telling the story where it didn't look fake.
Right.
Yeah.
Star Wars had just come out, and so it was just before
you look
that,
back now and it looks slightly corny.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
but it still holds up. The story holds up great.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And the flying stuff, looks okay.
Right.
I remember that the running scene kind of looks a little corny now.
They did a nice thing of not overstepping their bound, knowing what the limitations of your special effects are, and especially in 2, in the battle in the city. Superman 2. I always thought they were very careful, to not go past what they could do so that it looked stupid. They just kept it, But okay, that's pretty much that's my last question.
We actually talked about that a little bit.
Oh, good. Okay.
That going beyond that is the definition of schlock. That, not following.
Don't do something you can't
exceeding
do.
the limitation.
Barbarella.
Right. Okay.
Not a lot of people know comic book movie. Yeah, I do. I stand by that.
Do you guys have a release date for the show?
January 2013, so it's coming up.
Very soon. Yeah, we were going from shooting to premiere in the space of about 4 months, which is pretty darn quick.
Yeah.
Is there going to be any interruption in the podcasts for shooting schedules? Or?
We
stocked up.
Yeah, we're releasing them. The ones that are coming out now, we release.
It'll still be the 2 days a week, and
yep. We have not. We have not missed a release date yet in the 4 years.
Yeah.
The 4 years that we've been doing this.
When did you start making money from the podcast?
Well, it's part of our regular job, so we've always made money from it. And it was just basically hey, you guys are writers, so go do this podcast too.
Yeah, now do this.
Right. So I mean, it was we've always been it's just been part of our job.
Well, and that's one of the weird things about being on the TV show is we're the first homegrown Discovery talent. We're Discovery Channel employees, and now we're getting our own show. So that's never happened before. So that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Well, any kind of scripted thing for Discovery Channel too is, especially Science Channel, is it's a new thing too, which is pretty neat. It's pretty neat. I mean, Science is doing a whole rebranding with their sci-fi shows that they're taking on and stuff. So it's pretty exciting.
We're hoping we don't screw it up for everybody.
Right. Well, it's never do scripted.
Yeah. Sorry if you cover this already, but will the topics that you cover on the show be retreads of what you've already done in the podcast, or are they going to be new topics that you hadn't already?
A little of both.
A little bit of both.
Yep. Some of the topics that we've done on the podcast will make an appearance or are the central theme of an episode.
And we'll probably go back and the ones that we have not done yet, we'll probably eventually release as podcasts as well.
You guys have been doing it for about 6 years, right? The podcast?
4 years.
4 years?
It was. We figured out it was April 2008 was the first one that was
so
released.
4 years. You ever feel like you're out of topics?
No. Every week.
before you actually get on the air.
He has this master list of topics that is inexhaustible, and I have one too. But every time I go back and look at it for ideas, I'm like, no, I don't feel like doing that one this week, or no, not this one, right? So then I go on to howstuffworks.com, and if you've never done this, I highly recommend it because it's pretty cool. There's a little random article button in the top right, and I'll just sit there and click it until something comes up. I'm like, this one. That's how I pick the topics. Each week we each come up. We'll record 4 episodes, and we each contribute 2 topic ideas. That's how I come up with mine. It hasn't failed yet.
Do you guys have veto power over each other?
We exercise it very, very rarely.
Yeah, I mean every once in a while, and it's usually just more due to let's not do that one this week.
Right.
I don't think either one of us has ever said I don't want to do that at all ever. No, I don't think so.
My last question: are you guys ready for the fame of being TV personalities, not just voices on a box?
Yes.
I mean, I know where my Science Channel is. I watch the channel. It's going to be interesting to see you guys from just a disembodied voice to kind of
we get a lot
TV,
of you guys don't look like I thought you were going to, or I thought Chuck was Josh. We get that a lot, but I think just kind of slowly building up something of a following. We've learned a lot of lessons that I would have rather learned early on than after we're all of a sudden on TV. So I would say we've done that. Anybody else have any questions?
Who are any special guests that we can know about now for the panel tonight?
We have been instructed not to give away any plot lines.
They'll just stay between us and the video camera. You're fine.
Right, yeah.
But there are some special guests.
Yeah.
For sure.
A few.
Yeah.
Some surprising ones.
Yeah.
I want to say so bad.
One quick last question, like off topic, kind of like the weather before. Is at my website, You Don't Know Jersey, we always ask people if we can, what do you like or dislike about New Jersey? I know some people are from Jersey, out of Jersey. Yeah. There's a lot of conceptions, so there's no right or wrong answer. You can say whatever you want.
I lived in New Jersey for about
good. So
3.5 years after college.
Okay.
And so I love New Jersey. And it is called the Garden State for a reason.
Thank you. Yeah.
Mostly very beautiful.
You're the second person that said that today, actually.
Oh, yeah?
So just earlier, someone said exactly the same thing. Yeah.
About the Garden State?
Yeah.
It's lovely.
Exactly
I lived in Central Jersey and near Morristown and Bernardsville, actually, specifically.
Right, sure, yep.
Tiny little township. And that's where I got my first taste of New York, going into the city every weekend. And waited tables, dated a girl that I liked, a Jersey girl from a big Catholic family. I was a little Southern Baptist boy, so it was a whole new world for me. I loved it.
Great. Yeah, I didn't really know the background, so I didn't even know you had lived in New Jersey. Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, if you want the boring story, my roommate from college, his parents lived there in this big, huge house, and they were transferred away on business to Australia for like 4 years. Said, hey guys, we don't want to sell the house. You want to come up here and live for free? And I said, sure.
That's wow.
So I did that and played around in New York. Had a good time. Love the people of New Jersey. Not just sucking up.
No, thanks. Yeah, that's what. No, it's funny when you first start talking. I have to wonder that. Like, you know what I mean? Like when someone first says stuff like that at the beginning, I'm still wondering, is this going to be a sarcastic punchline, or is it just
I saw some very good friends I'm seeing tonight. Actually, some of my old Jersey pals are coming out.
Oh, great. Okay. Yeah. And you, I guess, have no opinion, or
everything I know about New Jersey I learned from TV, so I'm reserving judgment.
Okay.